Abbott promising a problem-solving government as he heads into his first full day officially in charge. But just how quickly can he get down to business? Let's check in with our political panel. This morning we have Liberal strategist Graham Morris in Canberra, former Democrats leader Natasha Stott Despoja is in Adelaide, and Labor strategist Bruce Hawker in Sydney. Good morning to you all. Graham,
Good morning.
Let's start with you. Just how difficult is it in terms of logistics when there's a change of government? We've already seen some public servants let go. What happens now?
Yeah, Sam, look, it is a bit hard every now and again. Everything changes, but he's trying to do things in an orderly way. They were all pretty excited out at Government House yesterday because it was their first day on the job. But if you listen to Tony Abbott, he wants, when the House resumes, say in the first or second Tuesday in November, he wants to make sure that when the politicians are here, they're doing real work. And that'll be his 3 Bs: votes, budget and building. He wants to, the first things, legislation day one, will be to have a go at the asylum seeker issue, to try and sort out the budget mess, and to start this business of building infrastructure.
OK. Natasha, the PM says his government will be based on values, not ideology. That's his quote. What do you think that means?
Well, I don't think there's a place for rigid ideology in modern Australian politics. Most people will agree with that. Values, well, it depends what values underpin your government. And things like equality, for example, are not best symbolised by having only one woman in your cabinet. On the other hand, Joe Hockey's reforms in relation to the finance sector announced today are good for prosperity. So those values are important, but Sam, so is fairness and some of the other ideas in relation to asylum seekers and refugees. I'm not so sure if they embody those values, but I hope there's strong principles that will underpin this government and that they will be fair and equal.
Yeah, OK. Now, Bruce, Tony Abbott getting down to work. Labor, though, still more than 3 weeks away from picking either Bill Shorten or Anthony Albanese as leader. How do you think this new system of choosing a Labor leader is working out?
Well, so far extremely well, Sam. There's been a very respectful relationship between the two contenders. And frankly, it's very important for the future of Labor that they do go through this process. It means that the rank and file are going to have a real say in the election of the leader. That means we're going to encourage more people to join, more talent to come into the Labor Party. We're doing essentially what is happening around the world. It has to happen, and it's happening now, and I think it's very exciting.
Graham, do you agree with what Bruce says? Do you think it's working out well?
Well, it's given the Labor Party a focus in a difficult time. But I can't see how the system lasts. You know, what happens if Albanese gets the party vote, but Shorten gets the political vote? You know, what happens if you've got a mum with young children fighting a sort of a millionaires running around the country? The mum sort of hasn't got that money if she's a battler. You could have all sorts of skewed results here. But at the moment, it's giving the Labor Party a focus that is on the leadership rather than their navels.
OK, now look, there could be a big test ahead for the government starting today. The issue of same-sex marriage. The ACT is introducing laws today to legalise same-sex marriage. They're almost certain to be passed. Natasha, I guess will this set a precedent for other states?
Oh, look, Sam, I hope so, and it's about time, isn't it? You know, I co-authored Australia's first national piece of legislation for same-sex marriage. That's back in 2006, so bring it on. But you're right, it will be a test for the new Commonwealth Government, for Tony Abbott's government, because, of course, they can still try and override that specific piece of legislation. I'm not sure if they'll choose to do that. I hope not. But, look, bring it on and let's move into the 21st century in relation to this particular issue.
Graham, what do you think? Will Tony Abbott try and override these laws?
Look, this is very difficult. This is a piece of legislation that's being introduced by an odd group of people running a weird Labor government in a toy parliament in the ACT. You know, we're not even sure. We're not even sure the ACT has the ability to do this. Look, it will be awkward, but if it ever comes back to the federal parliament, which I suspect it may, there'll be dashed expectations because 60% of the Labor Party is not going to agree with this and 3/4 of the coalition's not either. And look, any other word except marriage and everyone in Parliament is going to cheer and be part of it, but not the word marriage.
Yes, OK. Bruce, you were shaking your head during that. What do you say to that?
Well, I think it's time that these federal parliamentarians got up to date. The Australian public overwhelmingly supports gay marriage. It's got to happen. I'm really worried that the values that Tony Abbott's going to apply here will be to insist that his party vote as a bloc to override the ACT legislation. I don't think those are very fair or liberal values.
OK, we shall wait and see. Grahame, Bruce, Natasha, thank you for your time. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.